Welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of our completely normal Minecraft playthrough. You might notice today that quite a few things have changed since last week. For one, our world looks so much more pretty. Look at this. Look at the sky, look at the blocks, look at the motion of our leaves. We've equipped shaders. So our world is going to start looking a lot better. And along with looks, you might notice that I sound a lot better. We finally got an enhanced microphone. But, on top of all of this amazing news that really just elevates this above our past episodes, something peculiar has happened here over the past week. As soon as I noticed this, I actually sat down to start recording so I could give you my first reaction. This has appeared quite close to our base. I'm not necessarily sure what it does. I have not read the book. Yeah, I don't know. But today, with all of you here, we are going to see what this book is really all about. The Unsolvables Quests. Well, that's interesting. Number 1. Monsters. In the shadows, the creatures you thought you knew have grown restless. Their movements, eerily fluid, yet unnervingly unpredictable. They seem different, almost as if they've learned new tricks. Venture forth, but tread carefully. The night may not be as forgiving as it once was. Okay, that's interesting. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. He's squirming. He's squirming. I don't like it. He is squirming. There's I need to give me a moment. I need to look around. What has happened to our friendly zombie guys here? They squirm. Ew. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not necessarily sure I like that. But in all seriousness, let's give some context to what we just saw. What we're seeing right now, actually. Hello. I'll let him come over here and introduce himself. But in the meantime, while he makes his way over here, I actually want to talk. Follow me, buddy. I recently wanted to make this playthrough a little less, average, a little less boring. And so I sat down with a good friend of mine named Rubix to work on something to really elevate our experience each week. Now I have tasked him with finding a few resource packs and small, just little tiny vanilla plus style mods to put into our world each week that will rotate. Each week we will have a new quest with a new resource pack to look through to enhance our world and bring some more life and air into each individual episode. So that's what this is. We now have our new Monsters resource pack installed, and they are moving in ways that I've never seen before. I've seen like fresh animations, for example. I've known about that. And I've also seen resource packs that kind of retexture monsters. But this is above anything I've ever actually used, which really excites me. So, as part of the episode today, we are going to venture down into the caves to see if we can find some different variants of these monsters and see just how they move and how they creep and how they crawl. We're doing a very minimal quest this episode. It's nothing big. We're just kind of checking out the resource pack, but hopefully in future episodes we can bring some really fun and unique adventures into this world as we continue to expand upon this concept. So a huge shout out and thank you to Rubix for all of his hard work. I don't know how to use any of this stuff. I'm a builder. I've told you this already. I'm a builder. So, thank you so much, Rubix, for helping me with this. And let me know if you guys like it. I'm already a huge fan. That is so cool. And let's get on with our episode. Okay, so today we actually have a lot planned. We're finally starting to get moving now that we've been to the Nether. We have our diamond gear, and we're all kitted out and ready to really start playing the game. On top of venturing down in the caves today, our main goal is actually going to be to start dealing with this checklist here. As you can see, over the time that we've been gone, I have sat down and made a list of goals on this bulletin board here for us to complete over time. We have our long-term goals, we have our building goals. These are different structures and areas that I want to construct around our base. Our next list of goals are our recreational building goals. These are buildings that don't need to get done, but are going to add a lot of life to our base. And then we have our miscellaneous goals, which are to get netherite gear, our armor trims, and a maxed out beacon. They go a little bit with the long-term goals, but they're just like a separate little category there. So that's our little bulletin board. We are going to be marking these off one by one as we go through these episodes. Today we're going to be focusing on the enchantment table, along with, of course, hunting down some mobs while we go mining for some more resources. Recently, I went out looking for some blocks, and I found a jungle, and I found these little guys. We named them Jose, Fritz, and Pierre. Those, if you're not familiar, are the names of some of the birds in the Tiki Room at Disneyland. For those who don't know, I'm a complete Disney buff, and I just adore the Tiki Room. So I'm hoping to eventually bring them home to where they belong and build a mini Tiki Room of our own in this beautiful world that we have. Obviously that won't be today, but we are going to try to do it. Alright, starting this episode off strong, because I can't wait to do this. We are going to go venture into the caves, explore some new depths, and find our awesome new mob variants to see just how they creep. Oh, there's a skeleton I hear. Oh, it's got a raven on its head. What is that? Hello? What are you? You're a zombie. Oh goodness. He didn't look very much like a zombie. Wow, look at these textures. He's got a little mustache. I'm naming him George. Oh my gosh. I knocked his head straight off. I knocked his head off. Oh my gosh. That is possibly the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's a creeper. That's a creeper. I thought that was a zombie. Whoa, what was that? I want to see one of these blow up without being surprised. They like open up. Wow.
And now it's time for Silly Songs with
Opa.
the part of the show where
Opa
comes out and sings a silly song. So without further ado, Silly Songs with
Opa.
Potato, 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 my lovely potato. I don't need a sword when I've got a potato. I will kill this skeleton with a potato. I've changed my mind. I'm not gonna kill it with a potato. Note to self. Monsters do not like getting killed with a potato. Oh, I love to watch their different limbs fall off as I smack them. Oh, that's a creeper. That's a creeper. Those mimics are gonna get me. I keep forgetting that they exist. And then they blow up in my face. Wow. Just wow. Chef's kiss on this lovely resource pack. I will link it in the description, by the way, for anybody who is wanting to test this out themselves. Because, yeah, this is really cool. Now leaving the caves behind, we have our unsolvable quest finished. We've now explored the depths and found some very interesting monsters. So, without further ado, we are actually going to jump straight into building ourselves an enchanting table with its own little building. So, let's get straight into that time lapse. And just like that, the enchantment building is done. This only took me a few hours to build, actually, between the outside and the inside, and it was all improvised. I didn't plan anything out besides that outline on the floor that you probably saw at the very beginning. And I'm really satisfied with how this turned out. I have my, all my bookshelves. It's nice and level 30, so we have everything ready to be able to be enchanted. And I really went all out with the vibes on this one, I think. It looks really good. And it feels really good. And it really enhances the overall look of the base. Right? It just adds that extra thing in the forefront that just brings this entire part of the base together really well. Hello, guys. It looks really good from the dock. I like looking at it from here. And it just, with the base, it just pulls it all together very well. So I'm really satisfied with how that turned out. I'm very happy. So, now that that's done, we can go over here and cross that right off our list. Like that. Awesome to see. That's a good feeling. And I would say our next step would be to enchant, because I've been saving up levels for quite some time to be able to do that. But as you might be able to see down there on my hotbar, I'm back at 6. Not 38. And the story to this is more frustrating and embarrassing than it is like an actual story. I went out to get one piece of leather. I was looking for a cow to be able to build the enchantment table because I was one piece of leather short. And I slipped and then fell into a small little cave. And before I could react, a creeper that just happened to be there right next to me just... Ew. What is that sound? Is that you guys? Are you making that sound? Which one of you is gargling mouthwash? I'm watching you. Anyway, the creeper just blew up before I could even react. Boom. In a blink of an eye, all my levels that I had been preciously saving up for quite some time were just gone. So we're back to 6, and unfortunately, before I'm going to be able to enchant, we are going to have to build a mob farm because I haven't found a spawner yet. And we're going to have to make that a goal for probably next time, honestly, because mob farms take quite some time, and due to a very busy week in real life for Opa. Why did I just talk in the third person? I don't like that. Anyway, due to a really busy week in real life, I am editing and filming this very late in the week, and I don't have time to build an entire mob farm. So we are going to have to save that for probably next episode, but because this episode could probably use some extra spice, I think we deserve to spend some time exploring. So last time I went out adventuring, I headed back behind me in that direction, looking hopefully for some acacia. I really wanted some acacia wood because I like building with acacia, and I have a very specific design for my fishing shack that I really want to do that requires acacia. But today, well, hello there, viewers. Good to see you too. So, without further monologue, let's head off into the distance and let's see what we can find.
A few moments later.
Equestrians. Look at them.
Who, me?
Hello, sir.
Oh my god,
Okay.
bro.
I see how it is. We found our acacia biome. Look at that. That's the stuff. And we have our first village. I think this is probably one of the closest villages we have to home. So if we're wanting to make a villager trading hall, I think this is where we're going to have to transport them from. An armadillo! Hello. How do I get a shoot off of you? Is there a... Do you just poop it out? What do I... Okay, I guess I don't need wool. Hey, check this out. You didn't have to cut me off. I'm not putting that in. I'm not putting that in. Look at the fog at night. How am I supposed to see anything? There's some lava over there. Is that where I came from? Is that where we are? Oh, is that the village? Wow. That is some dense fog. I can hardly see it. Oh me goodness. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. Wah. Oh, Armadillo, were you protecting my stuff? I appreciate you. And with the discovery of that village and nothing else behind us, we are now going to head back to the base because our inventory is very full and we cannot continue with a full inventory. Now that we've returned to base and put all of our new items away, I feel that we have successfully achieved everything we wanted to do in today's episode. We looked into our mysterious resource pack this week, which was the very flimsy and floppy monsters. We then built our enchantment table and the building for the enchantment table. And finally, we went on a little bit of an adventure to get some new trees and some new blocks for next week's episode, hopefully. And I feel like we actually accomplished a lot. That's actually a good amount of stuff done. I'm pretty satisfied with this week's progress. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. All of those really help my channel and really encourage me to make this content. It does take a lot of time to edit these videos, so I really appreciate your loyalty. Thank you so much for being here, and this is Opa, signing off. Have a good week, everybody.